I need that money.
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is
Morning Subway!
for August 3rd, 2026. My name is Bernie Burns, sitting right over there. She is your friendly neighborhood host, Ashley Burns. Say hi to Ashley, everybody. How much did Spider-Man make at the box office this weekend?
It was a big weekend for Spider-Man. So my theater,
It's a big weekend for everything.
My theater was not the only one that was absolutely packed. Apparently, every single theater in like the entire world was packed because Spider-Man just opened to $927 million.
I remember when I was in school with Matt Hullum, and we would speculate. I wonder if a movie will ever make $100 million in a weekend. Like if that, because that used to be the line to cross. If your movie made $100 million, it was just
full on blockbuster territory.
Blockbuster, huge movie. If it made $100 million, and they used to like those charts of like who's the highest grossing star or whatever. It was also stars who has the most $100 million movies, and now it's like we're close, so close to $1 billion in a weekend.
I think we've passed $1 billion in a weekend. Endgame?
Did Endgame do that much?
Endgame maybe. I'll check the opening weekend numbers on Endgame, but I think it has been hit. But even like coming close to Endgame, like with Spider-Man, like because Endgame had a 10-year buildup.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, and it was like so close after the previous Avengers, after Infinity War. They like put it out, a year later?
Yeah.
So were you surprised that Spider-Man did this well?
I mean, yes and no. I wasn't expecting it to do, almost $1 billion opening weekend. I figured it would probably hit $1 billion, right? I thought it would, maybe take, 2 weeks, whatever.
I didn't even know it would hit $1 billion. Like, I mean, I'm saying I didn't have the confidence to say that.
I see.
It's shocking to me. So according to, this is from IGN, box office for Endgame did $1.2 billion. First film in history to pass $1 billion in its first weekend. Man, good memory on you.
Well, look, that had a lot of momentum. It really did. So but Spider-Man.
I used the IGN source just for you, by the way.
I appreciate that. But even so, like just Spider-Man itself, not like, and it's also interesting because this Spider-Man is kind of a break from the multiverse saga that they're setting up, where this one is much more like self-contained. It does have other Marvel characters from some of the other properties in it, but it's focused on like this Spider-Man story. Bernie, with your hand up, go ahead.
Thank you for calling on me. Hey, so there is some controversy about why they're not featuring a certain actor in any of the press. Is it because the characters from other movies, are they important that we don't know if they're in it or not?
Not really.
Okay. We're talking about the Hulk then here. So Mark Ruffalo hasn't been appearing in like some of the press junket stuff. And like I saw a cast photo, which looked like it was at an event, looked like it could have been a premiere. Sometimes these movies have like 5 or 6 premieres. And he wasn't in the cast photo. And people were calling out the fact that Hollywood will regret what they have done to Mark Ruffalo because he's extremely political all the time. And when you put a microphone in front of his face, he is definitely one of those people who feels like it is an important point in history to when a microphone is presented to you, you use it to its utmost and use your platform.
Is that why, or is it because he's already like spoiled the Avengers?
That was one thing. That was one thing.
But they have taken like Tom Holland aside and given him some training on how not to spoil his movies, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, but they were like, well, we can't not have him in the press tour because he's the lead. So let's give him a little bit of training. But like, Mark, let's you take a beat, buddy.
It's all very cute. It's also a way to make Tom Holland seem even younger than he already seems. He's 31 at this point?
Yeah, he's like 30.
And it's cute. It's all really cute, and I enjoy it when I see that stuff. Although I feel like there isn't a single thing that passes through the Marvel machine that is not manufactured. At every moment, every single thing. The thing with Mark Ruffalo spoiling the ending of Infinity Game, that was not manufactured. That was I think that was actually yeah, I think it was, because what I think happened was I don't think that interview aired at the time.
Didn't it?
You can actually see them in the conversation. So you're going to cut that, right? Like them saying that. I think that when it was safe, they put that out as a thing later. Like, those press junkets are pretty well maintained.
Yeah,
like if you want to go to the next press junket, you can put that story out. But it's going to be the last time.
Just know that you'll never do anything ever again.
Let's just say you won't have the opportunity to get that material again, right? In the future. Yeah.
That's like, if you break embargo on a game review or something.
Exactly.
Right? It's like, you can do that. You absolutely can. But it's the last preview copy you're going to get.
It's an awesome move you can do once. once per studio at the very least. Maybe you can wait 10 years and have a redemption arc or whatever.
But I'm just saying, that's why Mark Ruffalo's sidelined for the interviews.
I would love to actually go back and see what the timeline on that is. I had a thing too, speaking of timelines, this is on the side personal thing. I'll do a quick personal roundup. We crowned with my group of friends, we crowned our duck herding championship.
Yeah, who won?
Jeff and Jim.
Okay.
Their time was, you're not going to believe this, 1 minute and 23 seconds.
That's really impressive.
It was extremely impressive, especially because the team with Finn on it did 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
And Finn,
with Brian.
well,
he was trying to show them how to do it.
Finn is an experienced duck herder at this point.
Yes.
But the challenge with the ducks is there's always an element of chaos with them, because you don't know what kind of day they're deciding you're about to have. They can have a day where they just go, yes, let us all go in. Let's go. Let us retire for the evening. Or they can be like, fuck you, bitch, you're running up and down the hill 5 times.
I like that you said an element of chaos, singular. There are 6 elements.
6 elements of chaos.
There are 6 just enormously cute but really stupid ducks.
And they often don't even agree with each other on what kind of day they're going to make us have.
We got exactly what I was hoping for. The last team to go was Dave and Scott, and they went last night, and it was pure mayhem from beginning to end. Dave almost fell in the pond. That would have been fantastic. They got 1 duck in, they were chasing the other 5 ducks, and the 1 duck squirted out. It's all on video. It's fantastic. I loved it. So it was great. But then also on a personal note, somebody posted in our subreddit, did Burnie come up with the term zombie plan? Way back in the day when we did, for Red versus Blue, I wrote a PSA called Failure to Plan. And it was all about how all the guys I know don't have a 401k or healthcare or any of that stuff, but they all have a plan for what they're going to do during the zombie apocalypse.
Of course.
Right? And it was calling that out. And I always felt like,
there's a shirt about it.
Made a shirt. Yeah, the shirt we made about it was like a barn burner forever. That was one of our easily best performing shirts of all time in the history of the company. And definitely for like a 5-year period. That and Legitimate Strategy were huge shirts. And I always thought, man, maybe I should have, looking back, sometimes you're like, maybe I should have trademarked that or something like that. That video came out in 2006, but Max Brooks's predecessor to World War Z, which was called the Zombie Survival Guide, came out in 2003. Same year as Red versus Blue as a whole, but about 2 or 3 years before the Failure to Plan PSA came out. So I think I did recognize that maybe the term zombie plan, very specifically that, but whatever the fuck that means. We're all cribbing off of George Romero anyway. But I always felt like, but now I'm kind of almost relieved looking back. Now I see that Zombie Survival Guide came out in 2003. That was already out there in the zeitgeist. Right.
And people were exploring that. You were just channeling the zeitgeist.
Yeah. And in a way, it probably contributed to the thing that I noticed, which was all my friends had these stupid ass zombie plans. Anyway, so looking at this box office weekend, was this now? I've been reading headlines like this might be one of the biggest box office collectively of all time.
Yes, because Odyssey is in its 3rd weekend now and is continuing to do so well. And then adding on to that, even Toy Story 5 is getting later into its run. You've got Monsters and Minions, and all the kids summer movies. They're all contributing a little bit, and then with Spider-Man just running away. With the numbers it had. I believe this is the biggest box office weekend of all time.
Can we say?
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a very big deal. Although also it's a record that's going to be held for an incredibly short amount of time, because coming up in December, we have Dune Part 3 and Doomsday releasing on the same day.
This is like another Barbie on Oppenheimer? We got Doomsday.
Yeah, they're going to feed into each other. Whatever the other movie coming out that weekend is going to do incredibly well just because all of those theaters are going to be sold out. Or maybe it'll just be like...
No, because there isn't going to be room for any other movie to show at that time. I did read that...
You have to show on the side of the theater from the parking lot. Everybody just stay in your car.
It's like a drive-in. But I did read that Doomsday's basically lost IMAX to Dune. So Dune is going to be getting the IMAX screens. But after this weekend with Spider-Man, it's kind of shown that maybe for Marvel stuff, that doesn't necessarily matter. Because Spider-Man did all those numbers, even though Odyssey is the one with the IMAX screens.
And even though I didn't expect Spider-Man Brand New Day to do so well, I was happy to see that it did. Like it makes me happy that, you know, people they're not fatigued by Marvel. I know that when something is doing well, sometimes people like to watch it stumble. But it's great. Because it means a lot. It's not just like, hey, it's making a ton of money. That means to me a bunch of people are going with their families and going to see this and going to see Spider-Man, which I think of Spider-Man as being a really wholesome superhero as well.
I agree.
And it's great. I just love the idea of like, it just means a bunch of people going out and having a good time together, going to dinner, talking about the movie and all that stuff. I love it. I'm glad we're back to that stuff.
Well, and it means as well that like, even if we're experiencing sort of superhero fatigue as a general trend, that there are still opportunities for these really good movies to shine.
Right.
And the people can be excited for them.
And it's so nice when the little guy wins and we can buck the trend of these obsessions and back rooms, like, and iron lungs, you know, good Lord. Get out of here.
Monopolizing the box office. It's time for the little guy to have a chance.
Enough with these media juggernauts, actually, out there. But it'll be fun. Should we make predictions as to what the Doomsday box office weekend will be? If this one was... let's find out. We're going to do some research to find out what the total was for this weekend.
Well, it's the numbers that I've read. The numbers that I've read, it's $430 million, but that's the domestic number.
Yeah, no, let's not worry about that.
That's where all the numbers get fiddly because Spider-Man did $927 million internationally.
Great.
But obviously didn't do that domestically because otherwise it'd be really hard to get $430 million.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. But so let's take the global one. So tomorrow we'll have the number for what the box office, because the numbers will come in all through Monday. When we get the final numbers for what the global box office was for this weekend, we'll then predict what we think Doomsday weekend will be this December, and we'll make our predictions. We'll have a little bet. We'll have our own tiny little poly market.
But you know what's amazing about this is like
it'll be a mono market.
Either way, Zendaya wins is what it's coming down to. Because both she and Tom Holland are in both Odyssey and Spider-Man. So like they're the whole box office at the moment. But then she's also in Dune.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Well, you would probably know better than I would whether or not Tom Holland should also be in Doomsday, according to recent history. But now I haven't seen the movie and you have, so I can't ask these questions because I don't want to know the answers to them. You
know what, though? I think you should go see the movie and contribute to the box office numbers. Help this one become a success, Bernie. I don't know that it can succeed without you.
Right.
And I'll go see it with you.
Right.
I'd see it again. I liked it.
That's what we want. We need help.
I felt happy watching it, so I'm happy to watch it again.
I would love to see Spider-Man 14 before we get Obsession 2. Right? break the cycle, Ashley. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. By the way, we still haven't seen Obsession, which is now streaming.
It is streaming.
Are you going to watch that with me, or can I watch that on my own? Because it's
watch that on your own, and then tell me if I can watch it.
According to the reviews, it is
scary,
spooky, and you don't like spooky. Are you?
I mean, it depends. I don't do well with a lot of horror. Specifically, I don't like body horror. And if it's like a lot of like blood and crazy stuff, then it'd better be like The Boys or something.
Jumpy outy stuff?
I don't like jumpy outy stuff.
So here's the versions of horror Ashley doesn't like so far. Jumpy outy stuff, violent stuff, and gross stuff.
Body horror stuff. So yeah, I'm very limited. Like I saw Weapons with you, and that was like, okay, I managed. I was like digging my nails into the seat. I'm pretty sure I left indents on the theater seat for that one. But I managed, so you can watch it and let me know if it's like spooky, then cool, right? I can probably do spooky.
But you like vampires as long as they're in high school and there's relationship drama.
Absolutely,
that's the kind.
If we can have a love triangle, I can get through anything.
You know, I like how when they put the vampires in high school and give them relationship drama, it's always like there's always werewolves involved too. Is there ever like a mummy student or a Frankenstein student in there?
You know, you say that, but there's an entire a series of, I think, like straight to TV movies on Disney. It's like Zombie High or something
okay.
like that. So yeah, they make it work, or like Monster High or something like that, where all the like monsters go to high school together. So it does happen.
The swim team's all from the Black Lagoon. They're all the creatures.
Yeah, I think, well, they have to like figure out, right? There's a cycle. You go through there's a zombie cycle, there's a pirate cycle, there's a vampire cycle, and you kind of like rotate between like a couple of the regular heavy hitters as far as like who's the romantic interest. We did have the Zom rom-com with, was it Warm Bodies?
You love that movie. I don't have that one in the media library. I should get that one.
We should get that one.
You
we should
like
get Warm
that one
Bodies. It's cute.
That's one of those movies where it's like early performances by actors that went on to do incredible things.
Yeah, and
you know who that is? You know who that is?
It's Nicholas Hoult,
yeah, Nicholas
right?
Hoult,
Yeah,
one of his first
yeah.
movies.
God, great eyes, man.
Yeah,
Great
you a fan
eyes.
of Nicholas Hoult?
I do. I like Nicholas Hoult a lot. Also, he was fantastic in The Great, which is a fantastic show. And he clearly had a lot of fun making that show. That's like a show where he's like a Russian tsar, and he's insane, and he's a terrible person. They're all kind of terrible people doing terrible things, but being very funny at the same time and oddly charming. You
ever see him in that? He was good in this one too for such a weird movie. It was the Ralph Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy, The Kitchen, the dinner,
the menu,
the food place, whatever it's called.
the food place,
the food place, the sequel to The Good Place, whatever it was. Weird movie. That was an airplane movie for me, but a weird one. But it's just like a bunch of actors who are like clearly willing to commit
to doing their bit.
Yeah, to doing it. It comes across. It works, but such a bizarre premise. For
sometimes that's where the fun is for actors, right? Is they're like, well, this is insane. Let's do it.
Man, so if all the horror movies, the stuff that I would try to get you to watch, I think Obsession. I would love for you to watch The Substance, but there's no way you could not get through that movie.
I couldn't get through the trailer for The Substance.
Yeah, really? Is that true?
Yeah, there was like one part in like the trailer where something funky happens with an eye, and I was like, and I'm out.
Well, they got to show 2 minutes from the movie, and you can't get 2 minutes out of the movie and not have something funky in there.
Right, which is good. I appreciate it because it told me very quickly. I was like, this seems cool and very much not for me.
It's also I like when an actor like has like a resurgence in something like to me at least when I've been watching movies, the biggest one ever was when John Travolta was cast in Pulp Fiction. Like John Travolta was out.
Right, that was a big resurgence, right?
Oh, huge. And then he went on to go make movies that broke $100 million back in the 90s, like Broken Arrow and stuff like that.
It's a really big deal, Bernie.
It was a huge deal. He had like a house where he could park a 747 at his house. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
So weird. Like, how do you get planning permission for that? But,
you're the contractor reading, and you're like, you want what size garage?
What's this measurement that's 747 feet? It's like, no, read that again. That's an actual 747 that we want to park there. It's like he lived in a specialized community where it was all aviation people. It's like, okay, cool. I'm glad you have that. If you're into that, I guess you have to live in one part of the U.S.
Well, because you'd have to have really wide roads because every road is then a runway, right?
I guess so, for a fucking 747.
What do you think the house insurance in a neighborhood like that is?
No idea.
It's a lot, right?
I have no idea. And is like one of the people in the neighborhood like air traffic control? Just like, do they have a tower? Anyway.
They take turns. That's the neighborhood watch.
Things I would like to be able to figure out. Have the time and the money to figure out something like that. But, going back to The Substance, I was hoping to see like a lot more Demi Moore projects after that, right?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, and we might, but she could be taking her time. Movies do take a while to make.
She was really good in that. Really, and it's a really good part. You like to see someone doing that part because I think it was an important part to play too. Mm-hmm. But it's hard to recommend the movie. One of those movies like I liked. I would never recommend anybody watch that movie. Such a weird category of films.
And yet it did so well that a lot of people watched it, and whether or not it was recommended to them.
But it wasn't jumpy outy at all. It might have actually been jumpy outy and gross and body horror all in one. But watch Obsession with me.
Those things, they all add up.
So is Tom Holland now and Zendaya? They are the biggest stars in Hollywood.
I mean, they're the whole box office like this year.
Has there ever been a power couple in which so much power actually was concentrated? Nicole Kidman, Tom Cruise, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, they were a really big deal. They probably made $100 million a movie a couple of different times.
Yeah, but Nicole Kidman's kind of in that category of huge starlet, A-list star. What's her biggest movie? You know what I mean? It is like
Eyes
Like
Wide Shut?
Angelina Jolie is like huge star. Then you try to find what her biggest movie is, and she doesn't compare it to an Anya Taylor-Joy.
They're more like cumulative stars, right?
It's the it quality or whatever. You know what I mean?
They're like they're stars that built over time, or they're stars that made $100 million when that was the big deal.
Right. Like maybe even after the Eternals. Now I would assume maybe Eternals would be her biggest box office of all time. I'm talking about Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Here. But before that, I think it was Mr. and Mrs. Smith was her biggest one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Which at the time, to be fair, had a lot of like cut through, right? Everyone was either talking about it or is aware of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And to be fair, they were both hot as shit in that movie. So it was worth talking about and very worth watching.
I think they both agree with you.
Watching
the movie
hot
where they fell in love.
Watching hot people shoot each other is always fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. Like, are they? Do you think they're moving forward on that Ana de Armas Bond spinoff now?
I don't know. I mean, I would love to see her spinoff because she was a really fun character in that Bond movie, and I liked her a lot. And I also liked that she could be like a spinoff character. You could have a whole Bondiverse, right? Where there's lots of different secret agents, and she's one of those secret agents. As opposed to like, well, we have to like recast Bond specifically.
Yeah. Power couples are interesting. Like the McElhennys have for TV, have a bunch of TV shows. But I'm trying to think like this might be the biggest power couple of all power couples, right? We might have reached the peak power of power couples. They've ascended. It's like, yeah. They were on that list of actors that are in every movie now.
Yeah,
I left somebody off there. Robert Pattinson.
That's true.
On that list too.
Well, he is also because he's Odyssey and Dune.
He is. It's just ridiculous.
Once again, it's that like trifecta.
We just figured it out now. We only want 5 types of people. We get them all.
And Bernthal.
Yeah.
John Bernthal is also Spider-Man and Odyssey. Of course, everyone's in the Odyssey.
Yeah, that's what started the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell when I was seeing promo. I was like, am I seeing a promo for Odyssey or Spider-Man? I don't know.
How much do you think the studios were like fighting to get like the cast for their various promos? They're like, no, I need them on Tuesday. Well, you can have them on Tuesday from like 5:30 to 6, but then they're going to go on the same show again to promote the other movie.
Right. They just do a full like spin in place, like 360s. Now I'm Spider-Man.
Now talk Spider-Man.
I'm not the guy from the Odyssey. What is he in the Odyssey? Somebody's son or something like that?
Yeah, I think he plays like Odysseus' son or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Pattinson is the one trying to move in on Anne Hathaway.
And Barenthal's great because you get to hear both his Greek and I guess his like New York version of let me tell you something.
let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. I love Barenthal. My favorite performance by him is the Brad Pitt movie, the tank movie Fury. That's such a good movie. You still haven't seen it, have you? It's a total guy movie. It's like a war movie. My favorite war movie, probably. That's a big category.
Yeah, but have you seen him as the Punisher?
No, I have not seen him as the Punisher.
He's really good. I know that there are a lot of opinions out there about who is the best Punisher. I know a lot of people really liked Thomas Jane's turn.
Really?
And, yeah. Well, people were like, Thomas Jane was let down by the movie, but he was a great Punisher. That kind of opinion.
Okay.
But I actually, for me, John Bernthal is my Punisher.
I can't name other Punishers. I didn't realize how many different Kingpins there are, like that are out there. Like Brendan Gleeson was a Kingpin. That's a great choice. Vincent D'Onofrio.
No, D'Onofrio. Once again, D'Onofrio is my Kingpin. He's so good.
So I was here. Have we talked about this yet? Deep cut for you. Trivia question. Vincent D'Onofrio played a Marvel character before he played Kingpin. Ish.
Is Men in Black
Ish.
in the MCU?
I don't know. Because D'Onofrio was, that's interesting. I don't know if it was ever published by Marvel. That's not it, though. That's a good deep cut, though. That he played.
He was Edgar.
Yeah.
Edgar. He's an Edgar suit.
Skin, hand, bones. She gets a lot of credit for that part too. They cast two perfect people for that.
Sugar and water.
In water. No, he played. A main. I'll say this. He played an Avenger in something.
What?
In the 80s.
What? Okay, then I no.
This is it. This is a little bit of a reach here. He played the mechanic who looks like Thor in the movie Adventures in Babysitting, the Elizabeth Shue movie. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he was Thor.
That was Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah, that was.
I saw it when I was a kid before I knew who people were.
Yeah, the little girl was obsessed with Thor for some weird reason, which wasn't even a big character, I didn't think, in the 80s. But yeah, then they've come across a mechanic who looks like Thor.
Well, Bernie, he had a hat with wings on it. What's not the love?
She gave him the hat with the wings. And so that's the stretch that I'm saying to say that he played Thor. What else is going on in the world, Ashley?
Let's see. We've got a confirmed price increase for the Xbox in the UK. It's going up like €200 for
That's
for
like $250 US.
It's a lot. I mean, that's after I believe it already went up. So consoles getting really expensive. I hope we have all the consoles that we need because we're not buying any new ones.
Okay. Speaking of currency, you guys have missed now your window. We warned you. The dollar is now slipping against the Japanese yen. So your chance to take the most economical Japanese trip of your lifetime is now in the rearview mirror.
That window's closed.
The 40-year high of the dollar against the yen has passed. They're putting in some regulations because it's really hurting Japan, and they're already seeing the efforts pay off as the dollar starts to slide. It's still better than it has been for most of your life, but look at you. You missed the peak.
But you missed the peak.
Move quick. Move quick.
No Zendaya, are you?
You might have only 12 years before it recovers completely. Who knows? Or 2 decades.
There's a weird story going around where a publisher had bid like $2 million for this like debut crime novel, and the deal fell apart because they can't be sure that AI wasn't involved. It's a very strange story.
Okay, can you mind give me some details? Because I did see the headline. You added this late to the group chat. And I did an airport run already. I don't know if you can tell. I'm a little punchy today. I got up at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. I drove duck herding champion Jeff and then Brian.
Also the namesake of one of our chickens.
Also one of our chickens that passed away.
Yes.
He's sad about that.
Yeah, no, Jeff the chicken died.
Yeah. So we got chickens in last time Jeff and his wife were visiting us. And Finn gets to name the chickens, and he kind of just named it whatever was in front of him at the moment. So
yeah, so one of the chickens was Jeff, and one of the chickens was Jen. And then when Jeff went broody, it was just like we had to keep updating human Jeff about the status of chicken Jeff.
Yes. Also, inexplicably, for some reason, Finn named one of the other chickens in that group Roxic? Where did that name come from?
No idea. We have Roxic, which I don't know how that name came about. It sounds like one of like Gem and the Holograms, basically. But he just came up with that one. And another one, Teresa. He doesn't know any Teresas. I don't know where that one came from. So these are the names that
Teresa.
He has given them.
Yep. Bizarre. Anyway, that's our chicken update for you. But so explain this to me, because you put this headline in about a publisher killed a book deal because they couldn't tell that it wasn't written by AI?
Right. So here, let me read you. This is a little bit from an article that was written on The Guardian. This hotly anticipated manuscript, Call Me, I'll Hide the Body, by Jerry Flood, was withdrawn from sale by its agent despite reportedly receiving an offer for more than $2 million from Minotaur, which is owned by Macmillan, as part of an auction. An email sent to publishers by the agents said, Jerry Flood produced an incredible manuscript that dazzled us and the top publishing professionals around the world. Unfortunately, we are no longer able to authenticate how the manuscript fully evolved from origin to completion.
Okay.
During the submission process, we vetted the manuscript with Jerry for AI and felt trusting in his reassurance it was written without utilizing AI as a resource in the writing or editorial process. We can no longer substantiate that, and we're withdrawing the book. So they pulled it, and the deal fell apart.
Okay. When I first heard about this, because we were discussing it a little bit, it sounded like, oh, we can't say this isn't AI. He showed up with a completed manuscript, and we don't have like a path leading back to the original idea. Therefore, we can't publish this. That to me seems like it kills every new client going forward, because don't new people show up with a done book and they don't involve the publisher for whom they don't work?
Well, yeah, I mean, generally, especially because this is like a debut novel, right? The way that I know a lot of aspiring authors will do it is they write the book and then they submit their manuscript, right? And so theoretically, what they're submitting is like a full finished book, and that's sometimes they'll just sometimes they do it through an agent. This was like via an agent, which is like a stricter vetting process. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they'll just send it straight to a publisher and go, do you like this? And that it like eventually some intern reads it and goes like, this one was cool, and so on and so forth. So yes, most debut authors will submit something that's finished. But I guess what they were trying to do is they're like, we can't authenticate like former drafts. We can't find any former drafts of this. So we don't know how it was
they probably wanted
written.
him to turn them in or something, I guess.
Or something.
Right.
I mean, this seems to be an increasing sensitivity in the publishing world, is like, how involved was AI in writing this thing?
Okay. I'm going to make an utterly speculative comment here based on my previous experience of working at several companies. Sometimes companies will say things that are intentionally vague, and people get frustrated by it, especially online. They're like, it sounds so corporate. Whatever. Why does this sound so corporate and homogenized or whatever? The reason is extraordinarily simple. Companies get sued by people. Companies don't sue people. Like you'll hear about like a record company suing somebody who pirates something or something. Companies don't typically sue ex-employees or whatever. And this would fall kind of in that category, ex-clients and things like that. So I'm reading between the lines here. This is as close I would say to a company saying, hey, we think this is AI. But we're not going to say that, because if they say in a press release, hey, we let this guy go because he used AI to do this, and he's an author that used AI, 10 minutes later, they're in court with an individual who's
like defamation lawsuit or whatever.
You've ruined my career, and just by making a statement, and the company just like doesn't want any of that. So they make a homogenized thing so that there's no essentially ammunition that gets used against them in court. That would be my total and utter speculation. Also hedging my bets and homogenizing here by saying that. Yeah, this is they probably found something.
And this might as well be a bigger sensitivity for traditional publishing methods. Like there's a lot of people that now just self-publish. There are a lot of authors that have been in hot water because they left their prompts in the book. It's come up a couple times. Like, sure, here's here's that passage again, but like, more zhizhy.
Yeah.
And then and then it's like, you didn't read your book before you like sent it off to Amazon, Unlimited or whatever.
Well, and Amazon sells it to people as well.
Yes.
They're culpable in that process as well. Like they just let, if they're going to allow people to sell AI books and be fine with it and openly say that, why wouldn't people then do it?
Right.
Right.
But I can see this being more sensitive. Like if a publisher is willing to pay you $2 million for a book, they want you to have written the book. I get that.
Yeah, that makes sense. $2 million as well. $2 million.
They're like, if I'm going to pay $2 million for an AI prompt, I can put that prompt in myself.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
This would be somebody that I would think they would have an open relationship with, or an ongoing relationship with, if they were in the process of paying them $2 million.
Right.
Was this the first book?
Yeah, I think that's why it's making headlines, is like this. It had gone to auction and people really liked the book, and so it got this really big book deal, which is unusual for a debut author. And now it's fallen apart because is it real?
Man, I know my takeaway from this should be that AI is bad and can kill the deal, but my takeaway is if I could do this a little bit better than this guy, I can make $2 million by writing an AI book and get $2 million from a publisher.
Look, I tell you what, you pay me $2 million, I'll write the book for real.
Right, exactly. That's a really good point. I will write the book. I will use all the words, Ashley.
I will. Every single one of those words, I'm going to write that shit.
And they will all have come out of my head. All right, Ashley. Well, who is helping us explore all of our new original ideas today?
I want to say thank you to original thinkers Alexander Long and Cal Younger. Thank you both so much for sponsoring this episode of our show at patreon.com/morningsomewhere and roosterteeth.com.
All right. Well, that does it for us today, August 3rd, 2026. We will be back to talk to you tomorrow. We hope you will be here as well.
Bye, everybody.